Hi friends, it's Allison. Welcome back to my messy desk. I'm back in my craft room. Family is gone and we had a wonderful time. It was so nice to see family again. It just brings a little bit of normalcy to this kind of not normal time we're still in. So I wanted to bring you back to my desk, and a lot of you asked how my journaling went while I was up at the kitchen table, and I'm fiddling around on my desk today trying to get it settled and back together, and I'm coming across some stuff, and I just wanted to show you what's on my desk and catch you up. So I thought I'd just bring you along and chat. So let me move this first. This is my bag. Obviously you saw me pack it to go up to the kitchen table. And I'm going to unpack it with you so you can see what I used and what I didn't. I obviously pack way too much all the time. And this week I'll be doing another packing video with you because we are leaving out of town, like on an airplane. So I cannot like bring all this, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to bring because I have some ideas. But I wanted to show you what's on my desk right now, because as I'm putting away stuff, I'm realizing I need to do things, I want to do things a little differently. So a few things that I found. If you have not seen my unboxing of this delightful box, please go back a video or two. I did an unboxing. It's from Lisa at, what's her channel? Life with Lisa. But then her business is the Lollipop Box Club. And it's so cute, you guys. I cannot wait to do it, and I already subscribed. So I'm gonna, she sent me this as a gift, and I'm so excited to use it. It's gonna be perfect for our trip, which is a little hint as to what I'm packing. And then I signed up, I subscribed for the upcoming subscription box. You can do it one box at a time or as a subscription. So that's the first thing on my desk. The second thing I'm noticing is, as I've told you guys before, I have too much stuff on my desk. I have a problem keeping things like this, and I don't always know exactly which box to put them in. I do know where this one goes, like as I'm sitting here. But so I've added a different file folder to my desk over here, and I'm going to throw out things like this. Like if I haven't used it, this was a thank you note, and I just love it. And as I'm looking at it, I still want to keep it, but I'm going to throw it out. I haven't used it, so I'm gonna throw it out. So that being said, sorry as I swing away from you, I have 3 carts. I have not posted my cleaning up my room or transitioning my room yet video. I'm still like, I'm debating if I want to do it. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. My room was such a mess, but I have 3 carts around my desk because my desk has no drawers and no shelves. So everything on it is like, it has to be movable. And so I have a cart to my right and I have 2 carts to my left. And what I've done is I've brought in 2 of them, and I haven't brought in the other third one. And I'm going to wait until I reach for it. And what I mean by that is I'm going to wait till I go to need something in those drawers to see like how often I really use this stuff. I know I had to bring in this one. Anyway, so that's one of my plans. The second is I've cleaned up a lot of my desk over here. I have more to clean up as I was unpiling stuff. I was finding stuff, and I just need to get it cleaned up so I can have a fresh start. So that being said, I have a couple new things on my desk. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is the first thing because sweet, sweet Kari had these in her journal and at the Concrete Butterfly, and I messaged her and I was like, I need those. Where did you get them? And so she hooked me up. So Kari, thank you so much. And I hope you don't mind me sharing on here. I love them. I'm a little bit of, I love football. I'm not going to lie. I love football. I don't know everything about football. I don't know the stats. My son makes fun of me all the time. He's like, well, what's your blah, blah, blah? Like, what's the stats of your whatever? And I'm like, that's not, I just love football. Like, I specifically, let me be clear, I specifically love college football. And I think that's because I grew up watching it with, you know, both of my parents and their schools and the rivalries, and then my college playing, and I just love football. I just love it. I love it on in the background. I don't even have to be watching it. I love the sounds, and it means fall to me. You know, our high school, I was at every single game, obviously, and had to be there and blah, blah, blah. So I love football. And I'm sad. I'm sad that our schools are not playing football. I'm sad that my my kids in particular are losing out on their fall seasons of sports. They both play sport, you know, whatever. And I'm so excited that we got to watch football yesterday, because obviously they're playing in other parts of the country, and I'm gonna root for teams I've never even watched before. You know why? Because ESPN, which is the sports channel here in the U.S., if you don't have it elsewhere, I don't know, picked up all those smaller schools now that are playing, right? Because they're not covering some of the big conferences, and some of the major players from those big schools transferred to smaller schools because they're now playing and going to be broadcast on ESPN. So I will be watching football. Okay, that's my little rant and my gratitude for the day, because I'm super stoked on these. I printed out some, I don't know if I misprinted or what happened here, but these are from Pam, over at Pocket Journal Pam and Little Magical Art, I guess. I signed up to be one of her Patreons, and oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so many to choose from, and I just printed up a few. And my printer is a little light on ink, so they printed a little not as bright as they should, but I don't care. They're just adorable. So those will all go in my printable file for this, you know, next to me. All right, so that's that and that. So let me show you what else I've discovered. Look at me as I make a pile on the floor. See what I just did? I tossed it on the floor going, I'll get to it later. As I was cleaning, see, this goes right next to me because I keep it for you when I try to make my desk pretty. That's not today, obviously. Oh, I found the cover for my scissors, which is exciting because I packed those, as you know. Oh, I can't even find them in my bag. Okay, I found that as I cleaned off my desk. As I was cleaning out and, you know, moving stuff around, this book is always to my left on the floor. And I knew I wasn't going to rip it up. It's more of like a, I guess, go through book. But you know what, you guys, I'm going to rip it up because I've read it. I've looked through it a couple times. And I'm going to rip it up. So I thought maybe I would do that with you guys, but what I'm going to do first, well, maybe not, I don't know. I'm going to show you this. This is that paper again that I got in a magazine haul when I was in California. And I'm just going to make a journal out of it. I'm going to fold it into pages. I'm just going to use the whole thing into a journal. I'm not going to try and, so I've decided I'm just going to use stuff. I'm just going to use it. That's going to be it. So that's the plan with this. And that's the plan with this. And then I have some things to sort like this. Like I know I'm going to use this, obviously. So I'll put it in my current file right here next to me. Because I know, although it's super hot right now, it's not going to be super hot for long. So, because we live in Washington and it gets wet here. All right, let me show you some other things I found. This is, this is from Sweet Elizabeth, and she included it in one of her journals that she made for me with the middle, you know, the flow journal. And this was part of it. And she included this sweet little note. And I'm not going to lie, I have a little bit of a problem using things like this. I keep things for multiple reasons. You can read all about it in all sorts of why people keep stuff. And I do it for all of it. I do it because, oh, I might use it one day, or it's sentimental, or like it's worth something. I don't know. Like, so I have a really hard time using some things, but I'm going to use this. And I thought I would maybe do that with you also, because I know how I'm going to use it now. And I think that's it. Like once I find a purpose for something, then I've decided I'm going to use it. Okay. And then I did find this book also. I have a stack of kind of my art journals here to my right in one of my rolling carts that I kind of use intermittently, I guess. And I wanted to show you this. I think I've showed this to you before. This was one of my Girl Scout guidebooks when I was the troop leader for my daughter's troop. This was one of the years. I don't remember. Oh, here you go. Grade 2 and 3. So I couldn't throw it out. Like I just felt like, and no one's going to use it because they update them every year or whatever. And it wasn't something I would cut out. So I was like, I'm just going to use it like as an art journal. So I went ahead and put some paper on the front. And then I gessoed the pages, and yeah. And I just did different backgrounds on them. And so I am not feeling drawn to like go into this and create, like I'm not feeling I need to make this more into an art journal. So I am going to rip these pages out and I'm going to make it into just a journal. So these are some of just, I mean, I was just playing different, you know, different techniques and whatnot, right? And I think I started one of the pages, or I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, here's one. So I did that guy and like a collage here. So I'm going to rip these pages out and I'm going to make it into a journal. So I thought I would do that with you guys. So I have some projects coming up is what I'm announcing. I also have multiple boxes of things on my desk like this and like this that need to be sorted out. Everything in here was put in here for a reason. Like I wanted to keep it. There's a sticker on the front that I took off a sticker sheet and didn't use and was like, I can't throw it out. But so that's the challenge, right? I either use it today or it goes in the trash. How about that? That's my promise to myself. So here are some little photos from my sprocket. If any of you have a sprocket, let me know what your experience is. I love it. But all of these are double prints. Okay? So all of these, like I printed one and then whatever, turn it off, come back the next time, press my next picture, and this one comes out. So I have two. Like I already used this in my journal, and then this one comes out again. I'm not going to throw them away, obviously, but that's really frustrating because you know that film is not cheap, and there's at least 10 here, probably more. So that's frustrating. And then I have little doodads and stuff from Happy Meals or things again. So I'm going to move some stuff around on my desk. When you move stuff around and make your brain think about where it is or put it in its consciousness in a different place, you think about things differently. So I'm going to move this box. It was kind of up here in front of me, like up high. I'm going to move it down low. And then if I don't use it, I mean, there's lots of, you know, cards and stuff in here. They need to be put away or something because this box itself is not useful for me up here. I find like I'm not reaching for it is my whole point. I do have also in here some, all of these are cards like that I wrap washi tape in. If I send them in Happy Mail or if I travel, these are all extra cards with like laminate or whatever on them so the tape doesn't stick. So that's a little tip. If you guys get those in the mail, you can see they come in all different sizes, but I'm also not using them. So I want to put them in a place where, or remember, they're on top of my washi, which is why I thought it made sense. But anyway, I have plenty. So one, I don't need to keep anymore. And two, I need to use them. Okay. So that's why that's down here. And then I have a whole pile of stuff I need to, this is the little art piece that Christy made me and it was up on my desk and I cleaned it up and I haven't found it yet. So that I know goes back over here. I have some stamps that I use for backgrounds sometimes, but I haven't been using. Those are out on my desk and they either need to be used or put away. But if I put them away, this is where we always get, where some of us get stuck, me. If it's out of sight, it's kind of out of mind, which is why I have stuff like built around me, if you will, so I can grab it. Because I'm not going to get up and go into my stamp cupboard for one stamp, you know, for this one little thing. So I need to, I think what I'm going to do is like every month rotate stuff out. That's what we used to do with our kids, with their toys, right? When you're little, they always have too many toys. And so you would, we would like make a big bucket. Make sure I still have you here. I would make a big bucket and like rotate them out and then bring in a new bucket from the garage. And, you know, it's like new ideas. It's like new toys. So, that's kind of my idea. I might put some of this away and then rotate it in, right? Like every month, and get new ideas and whatnot. So these are, a lot of the Sizzix cutouts I made last month. And so they're all here. I want to do some fun art journaling with all of these. They turned out really fun. I was playing with my Sizzix machine because, I haven't quite mastered it yet, but look at this one. It's going to be really fun. It's like this pretty ornament, and you put 2 more here, obviously, and it makes a hanging ornament. So, but like this doesn't need to be on my desk necessarily. So I'm going to try to organize the little tiny desk behind me with my cutter on it with some sort of organization that, you know, so these white bins that I bought for like my glue book stuff, the ones I haven't used up, I might use over there because they are stackable if you lay this stuff flat, but this obviously doesn't go in there. I need to mail this to someone. Look at the doodle I found that my little girl made me. So cute. So cute. My little girl who's now 16, right? So anyway, that's that. And then I have a big pile over here. I've shown you this before. I will just, you know, kind of do this for you. And this is what it looks like, which is like obviously a heaping pile of mess. This is my fun journal from Emmy that she made me, which I'm totally working in, which is why it's on top. There's some cutouts here that I know we're taking with me. I need to pack my bag this week. So those need to be packed. Okay. And then I pulled, like, this is just, I'm just showing you how it makes it into the pile. This is the recent mailer from Michael's, obviously. But I just thought like really fun fall things. So, oh, like, look how cute. So I want to go through that and kind of cut that up. I mean, these are beautiful. Glue book or journal or anything. So that will be cut up. So I have so much stuff to do today, you guys, on my desk. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm working on and go from there. Let me have a sip of tea. Hold on one second as I get my bag out. Okay, and I'm going to put this stuff away or over here. And it just, again, I just piled it up, you guys, because it's a habit. I don't know what else to do with it. My friend years ago, my dear friend, like we are friends, but like we hadn't been to each other's houses yet, if that makes sense, you know, like, and so the first time I went over, like her room, I mean, her house was like beautiful and whatever. And then I went to do something, I don't know what, and she's like, oh, no, I'll put it away. And like her bedroom was a complete disaster. And she's like, oh, it's the one room. And my husband says I have FSS. And I was like, what's FSS? And she says it's flat surface syndrome. And she's like, any flat surface I just cover. And so when people come over, like I have to clear it off. But if it's a flat surface, I'll cover it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's totally me. I totally have flat surface syndrome. So okay, I'm going to unpack my bag with you really quickly. This, as you know, I was not super excited about. Even as I packed it, I knew, oh, there's my scissors. See, I tried to like fit them in here kind of like this, which actually works well because it hangs it or holds on to it. But I do like them in that cover. And I'm telling you right now, if you have a Michael's near you and you have a Martha, I mean, go to the Martha Stewart section. Mine was sold out when I went back. They were like $4, $5. I can't even remember, cheap. And I love them. I love them. And I would buy more if I found them. So that I will enable you to do that today. All right, there is trash. So this I think is meant as like a makeup thing. It just wasn't super useful. It's a little bulky like here. It's meant to hold makeup, I think. And I do think I'm just going to transition it to take on our trip. I might repack my cosmetics in it. I already have a cosmetic thing that, I don't know. That's probably more information than you really need. I don't know. I was not super happy with it for pens. I will definitely not be taking it on the plane with me. So I am just putting my pens back into my pen holders in their correct slots. And that's it. I am going to unpack this and then, you know, be down here for the week. And then we leave, you guys, we leave in like, oh my gosh, I don't even know, not a lot of days. We leave this weekend to take my boy to college, and I'm so flippin' excited for him. I cannot even maintain it. Okay, and then I had this one little thing in here. So this, although it's a really cool thing is not what I'm going to keep in my journaling. So I will take this up. I do have something else in here. I can feel it. Oh, a washi tape. I'm going to take it upstairs and put it in the travel. If I don't use it, my daughter might or something like that. It's not, I did not really like it for journaling stuff. You may be different. This pouch is pretty usable. This I felt like was not as usable, even though it's, I mean, it looks expandable here, but it was like, I don't know. And it's just too bulky. So that is going over there. Okay. Here's my bag. Let me make sure I have you. Yeah. Okay. Here are the 4 sticker books. There's a label I wanted to use yesterday. Here's the 4 sticker books I packed. I literally grabbed these because they were on top of my sticker books over here, which means I had like recently used them. And so I just grabbed them. I'm going to put them back with my stickers. Here's my regular to-go pouch, which I've showed you guys before. It's obviously still packed to the brim. I will unpack that a little bit. Here is my pin pouch of my glitter markers. Okay, and that just stays here on my desk. As cute as it is like this, I lay it on its side because they say that's better for markers. So it goes on its side, like right in front of me here. Here is my sprocket. This will be going with me, but it goes right over here to my right or my left. Your right, maybe. I don't know. This is the backgrounds and papers. So I was in here a bit. I'm just going to tuck those back in my file folder. Background papers. I took, I can't remember if I packed this whole thing. I think I shoved it in after. I did pack my whole thing of printables from my file folder to my right. And so I'm going to file it back over here. So those are ready to go. I will pull some to use. Here's my tape. Ah, okay. So this goes in the drawer set that's missing. Okay. So remember when I said I'm going to wait until I reach for it? This clear tape goes in one of the drawers of the missing drawers, but I'm going to put it right up in front of me just for right now. Here's an old Smashbook band. I don't quite know why that was in there, to be honest. I have a clip over here with bands on it, so I'll put that there. And then here are some stickers that I pulled, letter stickers and adulting stickers. Okay, and those will go back in my sticker file folder here. All right. And then, so the inside's empty. Here are my 2 journals. So I'll show you those in just a minute. And then on the outside, you guys, the one thing I didn't pack, which I totally grabbed, and I will grab when we go on the airplane, was one of my trash cans. And if you have not been over to Rainbowholic's channel, I think she did a whole nother video on these, on making them again. I was cracking up. So I think I'll try and link her below. But if you haven't made one of these, I have it on one of my channels or one of my videos below. Please go back and watch it there. And I think she redid it because the original one that I watched, I had to watch in slow motion, like I'm not joking, 7 times because she does it so quickly and she's so efficient at it. But I think she redid one. I think I saw a post or something. Anyway, I'll go back and see. So I just love it. So this, I always love, I have like 4 or 5 of them right here. I use them for different things. This one's on my desk, obviously. So I did add that. I know it wasn't on my original packing list when you guys saw me pack my bag, but that is a no-brainer for sure. And then, I don't know, these might have been in my pouch. I think these were in my pouch. Here's my little watercolor. Let me show you what this is looking like because it is packed to the rim still. And I'll show you what I did with this. So these go, yeah, I'm going to have to repack for Carolina because I'm not taking all this, but I did start. So this was the little folder Christy made me. And then I had some pockets in here that I made from Joey DeFee. Super fun. So I've been playing in here. I've been in here all week, obviously. I did add some more glue sticks. I had these. I just tossed them in here. I like a little liquid glue sometimes. And then this particular pouch, I emptied out this week because I was in it and playing in it and whatnot. And I started putting things in here that I'm definitely taking on our next trip. So I have repacked this a little bit with some specific themed things that have like pineapples and palm trees and, oh, so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. I can't even. Look at that. Yeah, it's going with me. All right. So I've repacked that a little bit. So this I'll have to go through and pack this week. I did take an art strip. This was in my art cart when I moved it. And I was like, oh, maybe I'll use this, but I didn't end up using it. So I'll just put that over here. And some of this just got reshifted. Okay. I'm going to share with you, I have done it before. A year ago, 2 years ago, I can't remember. I did a video at my hotel room where I did some like smush paper, as Elizabeth calls it. Any watercolor marker, like any watercolor marker you have, if you do this and then you spray some water on it, which I don't have because I cleaned, but spray some water on it and you can put it on your paper. Okay. This in particular, this is out of a lunch meat package. Okay. I saved these and they're super sturdy. You could punch on these. You could make a stencil out of these. I use them. I pack them because they're so flat. I use them for, adding color to my pages sometimes. And, I just clean it. I bleach it. I put it in the dishwasher and then it's like a clean piece of plastic. So always be on the lookout for little things like this. This is a great size and it's super like sturdy plastic. So I really like this. That's definitely getting packed in my next bag. I always have this. It's usually in this thing. Okay. So that's why that's out. This was extra journaling paper and some doodles I had done and some more Project Life cards. So these, yeah, I just have to pack for my next one. So I had gotten into all this, obviously. So that's the unpacking of the bag. Let me show you really quickly what I got done. Oh, and I did use this. I liked it. I don't like this box. And I've decided the reason I don't like it is like this, it just bothers me. I have to find another thing for it, like even a pin pouch or something. So I haven't really looked, but I did use it. I did not use the sponge. Thank you for your sweet comments. Whoever, I forgot who commented, but yes, this is to wipe off your brush, but like I'm at my kitchen table. So I just used, paper towels and whatnot. So the brush works well. The colors work well. They're not chalky. I was really happy with them. And I just did a little bit. I just did a little bit of background. I didn't like watercolor, beautiful artwork. I just use it for background. So it's perfect for that. I will not be taking this, I don't think, on our trip. I'm going to try and color my pages. I'm really, really trying to be super, super light packing on this trip. So I will, show you more of that later. Okay. This is my August book. I've shown you this. Let me stop hurting your eyes a little bit. Let me see if I can give you a little bit of a background there. Is that better? I also had to, reset up my tripod and everything. So it might be a little different view for you guys. Okay. So here is August. I had like, the last day and I hadn't finished and I still haven't really finished. I got some. So all of this watercoloring here is from that little, travel pack. Okay. So it's good color. I was happy with it. Okay. So I do need to finish this up and I do need to do this flip through for you guys. So that was August. And then we get into September. So since I've seen you, I believe I've added this. I rip them off of a calendar. It's like a big calendar like this, but obviously a different one. And I just ripped off this current month. I normally wait till the end of the month and I just didn't want to wait. I loved it. So I put it on there. Yes, I know it's not straight. And yes, I'm okay with it. I've added the envelope. I had to put a little piece of washi tape here because I've stuffed it to the brim with some cards that I definitely want to take. It has a whole bunch of Project Life cards and other little cutouts. Okay. This is some Kiki K paper that I got a long time ago from Sweet Karen. down in Australia. I don't really have Kiki K. I found that one thing at Target a while ago, but it wasn't very popular here. And she sent me such a beautiful sampling, and I cannot wait to use these. These totally look like where we're going, so I'm excited. I have this, which is a corner off of a piece of paper that I like, and this quote I found off of an old Happy Planner. It says, "What the world needs is a group hug." Come on now. Like, that's like not even 2020, and yet it's perfect for 2020. I added a little flower that I painted and this little envelope, and then my pages aren't done, so you can see where I'm at. It was interesting journaling like at the kitchen table because I do it with people, right? Like the family's there, they're all playing whatever or talking or hanging out, and I'm just there journaling. So it's interesting. It's an interesting process for me. And much like having you on camera, even though you're not here with me, I feel like I can't get into my in-depth writing necessarily. And so I didn't get a lot of writing done, I don't think. I did find this envelope I had made a while ago from a cookbook, and I really like that. So I will probably take that with me. And then I have some cutouts. So here is Tuesday the 1st. So I've started the page. Wednesday the 2nd. And so this was a longer page, and I tucked some things in here, and I have these little journaling cards ready, and I'm playing with the idea. This journal card works well like to fold because it's kind of like it meets in the middle. And so I'm playing with the idea of like gluing it on like that, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'll obviously finish these pages today, but that's why that's there. You can see I kind of have it tucked in. This was Thursday, and these are notes about like my work. I worked all day, and my kids went to the lake with Gigi. So I will document here. And then on the inside, I'm such a ding dong. So this is what I'm talking about, like not paying attention. I was, you know, talking and hanging out at the table and looking at stuff and whatever. And like, I had my book folded out like this, right? And so, you know, just talking and whatever. And I was like, oh, I love this here. I know what I want to journal here. And so I'm, you know, I center it on the page, I glue it on, I do the dots around it, and then I do this. Oh, if you haven't seen my unboxing, by the way, it's up. Please go check that out. So that's for the Lollipop Box Club. So I put that there, and I, you know, whatever, and I'm happy, and I'm like, oh, that's great. And I go to fold it up, and I'm like, oh, Allison, you're a ding dong, because that sticks out like way too far. So I'm like, shoot, what do I do? And I ended up like having to like fold this, which is not a problem, except this is thick box, like the jewelry box it came in. So it's thick. So it didn't fold very easily, but it's okay. It's okay. It's a junk journal. So, so Thursday, again, this is that watercolor. So it took really well. It took really well to the pages. All right. And then, Friday and Saturday. So I was able to print up my pictures and get some stuff on the page that I want, like some journaling spots and whatnot. I haven't obviously finished it and done my journaling. And then today is Sunday, and I've started it, as you can see. And then we'll finish it. So that's what I got done this week. I had obviously more than enough stuff than you would ever need. I do really enjoy these glitter markers. I know people use the Poscas for the same like ideas. I, as I've shared before, bought the wrong set of Poscas, and I only have one thick one, and the rest of mine are like thin, and I don't care for them. I really never reach for them. So I like the thick markers. So anyway, so that's what I got done in my journal. They're not completed pages, but I got some done, and I got it kind of put together, but I did get all like my numbers on and my days on. So I worked a lot on that. So that was easy to do again while people are sitting at the table. So I added my numbers and my days, and I think I got fairly far with it. So 6, 7, 8. So this is going to be the first day of school. When I talk about don't pre-prep your pages, I totally just do it anyway. This is going to be the first day of at-home schooling. yeah, you know, Zoom schooling, whatever, for my daughter in high school. And so I had made this pocket a while ago, I think off of Brooke's channel. And all I had at work, I was like at lunch at work, and all I had at work was like a notebook piece of paper. She made it out of beautiful scrapbook paper, but I made it out of notebook paper. And I was like, oh, I'm just going to use it for a school post. And so I put it in here. It has 3 pockets, 1, 2, and 3 there. Okay. So anyway, I prepped that a little bit. So this will be Wednesday the 9th. I did the 10th. Hopefully I didn't skip a day. The 11th, which I'm kind of sad about because obviously this is Patriots Day here in the US. And so I didn't really think about it. And when I was putting the numbers on, and then I realized, and these are green, and I would have liked for them to be red, honestly, or blue. But I will do the rest of the page in that. So anyway, to symbolize, to mark that. And then my husband has a huge event this night for Patriots Day, for September 11th. So I'll document that here. And then Saturday the 12th, I pre-decorated my page because I booked our airline flight already. We are leaving this day. So this is Saturday the 12th. So I got all of this done. Sunday the 13th. I'll share this now with you guys, but I'll do it obviously later and flip through. I don't know if it was subconscious or not. There's no way I didn't do it on purpose is what I'm telling you. Now, again, if it's subconscious, I don't know. But this day, as you open it up to the 13th, is the day my son moves into his first dorm room ever. Like, my little bird is flying the nest and he's going to his new home for the first time ever. So sweet. And I found this little thing, so that will probably go on that page. So I thought that was like totally crazy. This is Monday, the first day they start class. And so I've added some things, and then we will leave him and go on our trip from there. So Tuesday, I did Wednesday. So I've prepped a lot of the pages just with the dates, so I have them ready to go. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I think, oh, I did Monday. And I like this page. It has a little short tuck-in down here, which I'm really happy with. Because that way I don't have to actually cover up this paper. I can just use journaling cards and kind of, you know, do that. And the paper's still kind of accessible because I love the sailboats on there. Just love it. So 21 and 22. And I know it's Tuesday and I know it's a work day, so I felt safe doing that. So that's all I prepped in this journal. And I will obviously, you know, do more. But I don't have to do dates for a while, which is a nice thing. And then whatever, you know, whatever happens during our travel days or whatnot, I'll be ready to document. So that's where we're at. That is, that's how my time went at the kitchen table. I did get some things done. I'm happy with that. I have lots of projects to do today as I clean up my desk and work through some stuff. I will try to turn the camera on and take you along for the ride. I appreciate you guys sharing this time with me. I've missed hanging out with you. I've been catching up on videos all morning as I'm putting my room back together. So I hope you guys had a great week, and I hope you're doing fun this weekend. If you're in the United States, it's Labor Day weekend, which is like a holiday weekend for most people. And so if you're out doing something fun, I hope you enjoy that, and I hope you're having good weather. So enjoy. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you find something today that inspires you. Thanks for watching. Bye.